I call Kids at CrossFit my happy place because when I walk in the door, I'm just immediately happy to be here. And at the end of the day, some people go to their neighborhood bar for a drink, but I come here for my form of happy hour. My name is Lauren Meyer, and I am 53 years old. And I came into CrossFit just under 2 years ago, and I joined it after completing a program called Survive and Thrive, which is a program for cancer survivors that promotes getting into shape and getting healthier after cancer, because the recurrence of cancer is supposed to be decreased by being healthier. So I definitely wanted to be healthier after having gone through that experience. I had one surgery, and when I was recovering from that, in the middle of it, my doctor called and said, "You need another one in 2 weeks." So basically I was scarred and broken and fragile, and then this program, Survive and Thrive, came along. And I came in and I probably looked like a deer in headlights my first night here, because there were people pounding weights and having just all sorts of fun, and I had no idea. I had never done anything like that before. But after the program was over, I thought, I want to do this, I want to join. So I did, and here I am.
What types of challenges did that present for you, starting a fitness program after a cancer treatment?
When I first started doing CrossFit after cancer treatment and surgeries, particularly the scarring that I have from my surgeries, which are relatively minor scars, but I was amazed at how they kind of limited my overhead mobility and the ability to hang off a bar, or just being able to raise the one hand over my head. And in just under 2 years, I don't even really notice that anymore. So in less than a year, I didn't notice it anymore. Before starting Survive and Thrive and CrossFit, I sat at a desk for 30 years. And I did do a Pilates class once a week, but my fitness level was pretty much nil. I would walk up the stairs in my house and be winded by the time I got to the second floor. And now I stride up them 2 at a time. I didn't do any outdoor activities really. We have a yard, a garden, and so I would be out there every weekend hacking back the weeds, but I would be sore and wiped out after I was done. And now when I go out into the yard, I'm the one lifting the heavy bags of bark and the rocks and digging out the trees, and my husband jokingly calls me the muscle. One of the things that we did in Survive and Thrive that is one of my favorite moments from there was the night we did the deadlift ladder. And you had set up all these barbells on the floor of varying weights, but you didn't tell us how much they were. And I had never done a deadlift before, except for maybe once. And you said, just keep lifting them until you can't lift them. And so I did it all the way through the end. And then you said, okay, now we need to add more weight. And you added more weight, and I lifted that one too. And so, okay, we'll add more weight, and you added more weight, and I lifted that one too. And my favorite thing that you used to say to us, and I still hear you say it to people, is you have no idea how strong you are. And I didn't know that then. The benefits that I've gained from doing CrossFit are so much more than physical, and I kind of had a rough upbringing. It wasn't always easy for me coming up, and I was bullied a bit, and so I was always very self-conscious as an adult, and I use the word introvert, but almost reclusive in a way, just because I didn't want to stick myself out there. And I walk into this building, and everybody's so supportive here, and they're happy to see you, genuinely, and that started to resonate inside with me, and it just became my happy place to come here.
When you first came in, you didn't think you could do this stuff. There are a lot of people out there right now who have that exact same thought process. What would you say to them?
What I would say to someone who is considering joining CrossFit, or maybe doesn't even want to try it, I would recommend it beyond anything else. It's it's infinitely scalable for anyone who tries it. So even though the activities might look hard or they might look impossible, they're not, and there's always something that you can do. Every little bit you do every day makes you stronger, and the next day you can do a little bit more, and then the next week you are trying something else new, and every skill builds on to another skill, and the reward that you get at the end of the day having done it is for yourself, and it's a great feeling.
Is it still your happy hour?
I'm happy it's over.